attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and I believe that it's a good time to release part 3 to this. Now, I myself have been trying to watch all the movies that I can find on the Underworld series. However, apparently there's this thing called Underworld Endless Wars. And not only that, but apparently I think it's an animated movie, which I didn't even know existed. So, if someone knows where I can find a place to watch it or even get information about it, that would be very helpful. Anyways, let us begin. Our story picks up with Izuku Midoriya, or, as we will now be referring to him as, Michael, for a minute, and his mother. Now, Izuku, after he and his mother finally got to this town, after a long time of traveling, they were able to blend in. Midoriya got a job on a fishing boat, while his mother, she herself began to look for work. Now, she was just trying to get some work that would be fast, easy, and does not ask questions. And sadly, she ended up at the local bar. It's easy since basically all you have to deal with every now and again is drunk people being stupid. Now, with that being said, let us open with Midoriya. He's been doing his job for roughly a couple months. And today, he's pulling in one of the traps. As soon as he actually does throw it back on. Him swinging the trap full of crabs over and actually just beginning by throwing them down. As soon as he does, he grabs the rope and begins to pull in more, making sure that he can, get what he needs to. As soon as he does actually have to run over and actually try and help someone who's currently cranking up a large net. Now, as he does do that, this is whenever the weather does begin to kick in. There is a storm coming, and Midoriya and the man actually do begin to crank more, trying to actually pull up the nets. Now, a couple guys do come running over. As soon as they actually do begin by grabbing the rope. And Midoriya and him are simply just still trying to crank as hard as they can. As soon as that does begin to happen, this is whenever, basically, the line begins to somewhat actually break. As soon as Midoriya does notice that, he actually stops cranking and actually does grab onto the rope. He grabs onto it directly right before, or at least the area where it's currently breaking at, and shouting to everyone as loud as he can that it's going to give. People actually just beginning to grab onto Midoriya and try and get a hold of the rope. There is a long line, and everyone simply just begins to heave and pull. Now, luckily, one of these men do have a strength quirk, and they're able to actually help get this giant net onto the boat. That being where they dump all the fish down below deck, and are able to actually take them in. And Midoriya, the captain, and or at least one of the men on board, said that it was lucky that he pointed that out. If he didn't, they would have lost that net, and probably somewhere between the ballpark of $5,000 in fish and meat. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he actually does, say thanks. and asking his boss about getting paid. His boss going on to state that Midoriya is going to be paid whenever they get back. And Midoriya simply just listens, deciding that that's good for now. He's got a couple thousand saved up. He does try and get extra hours and work on the boat every day, basically in order to, well, build up more money. He has an idea. Him and his mother, they can't stay here, well, forever. Eventually someone is going to come here and ask questions about it, try and find them. So, he has an idea. He can buy a boat and sail around the world. If he's able to save up enough money to get that boat, him and his mother won't have to run anymore. They can sail out to sea and leave. However, there is a problem. That boat is very expensive. Midori is barely even, well, not even a fifth of the way there. And with all the expenses he's currently been having to pay, well, it's not good either. He's talked to his mom about trying to sell the truck. However, she goes on stating that they are going to need the truck. Her plan is in case those people or whatever's chasing them does come back, they run again. However, Midoriya's plan, she doesn't like. If they go out into open waters, something could happen. The storms, weather, a bunch of things. She does like the idea, though. It would be good if they could actually just get on a cruise ship or something. Something to get away. A small boat like that, it would be toast in open waters. At least that's how she thinks about it in her mind. Now, after they do sail back and actually get back into where this place is, this is whenever Midoriya does get off the boat, and the captain is handing out cash. Here's your money for the day, here's your money for the day, so on and so forth. Until it actually does get to Midoriya. Whenever he does hand Midoriya his money, he actually does hand him some more, telling him that this was for his extra effort today, and that he did some good work. Now, Midoriya, he's kind of actually surprised. He didn't think that he'd get anything after the conversation he had with the guy earlier, but the guy's cutting him a bit of a break, asking the captain if he can come back tomorrow. The man simply just stating that Midoriya, or well, this young boy's fake name, Michael can come back at any time. However, with what's currently going on, they simply just need to replace the nets. The old thing, it's good and all, but it's just old. Along with that, now that the basic line for it or the rope that holds onto it is busted, they're going to have to find some more. Now, Midoriya tries to talk with the man, asking him if he's sure that there's a shop nearby that might sell any. Or at least asking around. The man saying that he doesn't believe so. The only shop they have doesn't get stocked up on until next week. So they're basically going to have to rely on the fishing traps. For the fish, well, and the crabs. They're going to have to rely on these smaller things, not the giant net they have. Now, Midoriya hearing about that does kind of suck. That means everyone's pay is getting deducted. So it's not good. And Midoriya does actually head to the apartment. Whenever he does get there, he actually does, well, drop off his money. Setting it down directly on the table. And beginning to eat his food. Simply just thinking. Apparently, right now, well, Let's see. The nearest city would be roughly about. I think it's about an hour away. An hour by drive. If I walk, it might take me longer. Midoriya deciding to head to the bar. Whenever he does get there, he does walk in. And he does walk over directly towards the front desk, or where the actual bar is, and asking the person who's currently working, or the bartender, where his mother is. To which she says that she's in the back right now, cleaning up some of the things, well, some of the glasses, and helping cook. And Midori does actually ask, well, can you talk to her for a second? To which she goes on saying, sure. Having Midoriya walk around and come into the back. As soon as he does get back there, he does try and ask his mother for the car keys. Seeing if he can just run to town real quick and try and find something at a fishing store. His mom, she's very reluctant to give him the keys, especially if he is going to be leaving anywhere. Pulling Midoriya basically into a storage room for a second and talking with him, telling him that he knows their procedure. He already knows what they do. They don't go anywhere, they don't do anything like that. And finally, we do not go anywhere where we believe there are cameras. Mom, I'll be fine. Listen, something happened on the boat earlier today. If I don't go into town, well, I'm going to have my pay deducted. With everything going on, the captain, he actually did slide me $100. So if I'm able to head into town, get a sturdy rope, and come back, he might slide some more money my way. In fact, he actually just thinking me as one of the crew. Hell. Listen, if I'm able to do that, then that means that I can at least start getting us more money to get out of here faster. Either by truck or by the boat. Izuku, again with the boat. Hey, it's not Izuku, remember? It's Michael. You're really stressing me out here. Listen, if we're going to go anywhere, car, boat, doesn't matter. We will need the money. Now, remember what we talked about? Yeah, Mom. Make sure that I keep my face covered, head down, and I wear gloves. No fingerprints. I got it. Okay. Well, here. Midoriya getting the keys and heading out towards the truck. Now, it did cost a little bit of money, but it actually was worth it. They had to spray paint the truck so it looked different from the truck that was reported missing a while ago. And they also had to change up the license plates. They simply just, well, took them. They took the license plates off of an old car they found in a junkyard one day. And it was useful. Now, along with that, Midoriya does actually hop into the driver's seat, start the truck, and head into town. Whenever he does actually head in, he does look for a fishing store, driving around for a minute, and eventually finding one. Midoriya heading in, and simply just beginning to look. As he's walking through, he does actually find a piece of rope. Midoriya is just picking it up and checking to see how sturdy and strong it is. As he's tugging on it and actually making sure that it's strong, someone does come up behind him, asking him if that's all he's looking for. Hmm? Oh, yeah, this. I just need something sturdy. Do you know if any of these are, well, good enough for fishing? Like for nets and stuff like that? Oh, actually, that might be the one over there. Midoriya walking over and seeing. This rope, it looks to be somewhat like the one that's on the boat. It's a bit thicker and actually does feel somewhat the same. However, that's probably because this one's dry and it's brand new. So, asking for the price, it's somewhere in the ballpark of $300 to $400. However, it's very big, so it does seem fair. Midoriya buying it and wrapping it around his shoulder as he walks out. As he does that, he actually does hear something. And looking to see on someone's phone nearby, as he does walk out the door, there is a sports festival on their phone. And he's actually confused. Hey, what's that? Oh, this kid? This is the UA Sports Festival. Don't, haven't you heard of it? No, not really. I didn't even know they were doing a sports festival. Yeah, well, what was it? 2 weeks ago they were attacked by these villains, right? Okay. And then there's today. I mean, look at this. You got this one kid that's just tearing through everything. He's using explosions, and then there's other kid with like, what, a half and half quirk? He's insane. The dude legit covered half of the stadium in ice. Whoa. That's actually pretty cool. You haven't seen nothing yet. This is the finals. What was it? This one chick. She had this, what was it? Zero gravity, right? Or telekinesis, whatever. She basically just picked up something and made rocks swarm the area. It was insane. It was like a meteor shower. Uh, alright. Wouldn't that be dangerous? Oh, kid, it was extremely. But you have no idea. The kid with the explosion quirk? He just blew them all away like they were nothing. Huh. Doria actually just leaning in and looking closer. Whenever he does hear that the final match is done, and the winner is Bakugo Katsuki with the explosion quirk. Now, Midoriya quickly, he just walks over to his truck and throws the rope into the back, grabbing one end and tying it to the metal piece there, so as to make sure it doesn't fly out. Midoriya then getting into the driver's seat and starting the car, and driving away. The entire drive back, Midoriya is just thinking, holy shit. He's pretty sure that that was Bakugo. He's going to UA. That's insane. He's... what was it? He remembers him from... crap. He's pretty sure he does remember him. The explosion quirk and the name. They're familiar. However, he did spend a little bit too much time there. So hopefully, if anyone was following him, they're not anymore. Now, once Midoriya does actually get back, he goes directly to the boat. Now, after he does do that, the captain is a bit more surprised to see the young boy. However, Midoriya comes running up with this giant rope basically covering his arm and being dragged across the deck. Now, Midoriya basically presents it to the captain and basically tells him that, will this work? The captain, quite surprised. This kid literally just went somewhere to get a rope. It's pretty good. Him taking the rope and telling Midoriya that that will work perfectly. Where'd you get this from? Oh, I just, well, hopped in the car and drove over to the nearest city. Kid, you can drive? Yeah, actually, I can. Is that a problem? No, actually, it's just sort of surprising. I thought you were too young. No, actually, it's fine. Midoriya trying to shake off the fact that he does not actually have a driver's license. Not a legal one. Now, the captain then tells Midoriya that he might be able to come on their next deep sea fishing journey. Basically, an opportunity to make bank. Now, Midoriya usually has 1 week off every month whenever they go on this journey. Basically, everyone that the captain can trust with the equipment, they work a massive amount of overtime. What's going to happen is they're going to go out to deep sea for 1 week and fishing there. Once they do, this is going to be where they all stay there. They're paid every hour they're awake and working. So, that usually does mean, from what he's heard from other people, 18-hour days every day. And roughly, well, double pay, he's pretty sure. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he actually does accept the captain's offer and head back home. As soon as he does, he goes to sleep, wakes up early, showers, and runs towards the boat, ready for work. He left his mom a note that said that he'd be gone for a week. He's going on, well, a bit of a journey with the guys. Basically explained to her in the note that he's going fishing for a week, and he's going to make actual money. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. Catch you guys in the next part.